are back after a very long time, but the reason was because we are doing a small survey wherein we collected data on how different digital media executives and startup owners run their digital media campaigns and what are the problems they face, what are their success stories, and what is the amount they spend, the number of days they have been working on. And it is very different for different product, different audiences, and we thought we will do a video where we bring all this information together so that it helps answer a lot of queries that a lot of our customers have. So beginning with the first step when you're creating a digital media campaign is to first understand and work on 8 parameters. Now we have put it down to 8, but you can put down to 10 or you can concise this to 5, but it is very important to first know the objective. Second, the budget. Third, the placement. Fourth, the product and the product or the price point that you're selling your product at. Fifth is going to be the audience selection. Sixth is the timing, that is how long or how less or how more you want to run that campaign. Seventh is the design, and last but not the least, the 8th point is how do you map your competition. So now starting with the objective, it is very important for you to understand what the objective of you running a digital campaign is. So ideally, simplistically, we can divide it into 3 objectives. The objective either can be branding, lead generation, or direct sales or conversions. So when it is branding, the best is to stick to social media and outdoor, prints and hoardings, and if you have that scale, or if you are sticking to just social media, you can run blogs and you can run general posts, you can share your information, your knowledge, your know-how without intending to do anything, just brand awareness and brand creation. Second is lead generation. So if it's an IT or a service industry or a service provider, for them it is very important to get the right kind of leads in their bucket or in their marketing funnel. So for them it is very important to run ads which have a conversion tracker, which have contact forms wherein they can see the lead and the forms, and then they can base their decisions on whatever leads they are collecting from there. Third is going to be the sales, which is quintessentially what an e-commerce company or a direct product selling company looks out for. So they are concentrated about sales. If they are selling a product, the product customer should put it in their cart and should make a payment at the end of it. So the most important for sales is remarketing, wherein you have a targeted audience set and somebody who's searching your particular product and you target your campaign on that. Second most important point while creating an effective digital marketing campaign is budget. You must know how much you can spend or how much you are willing to spend even before you are starting out. So for example, if you are a startup and if you are want to brand and your budget is 20,000 for the first month. So for you, the ideal start would not be to set a benchmark of 20,000 and start out, because you might burn out and you might finish that 20,000 probably in 10 days, without getting any effective results out of it. And then you go on complaining that, that there were no results and we spent 20,000 or we spent 50,000 or we spent 1 lakh, but the results weren't there. So for it, if you're a first time starting out to place your ads out there, it is very important that you keep a test budget. So if your budget is 20,000, you take a contingency fund of say 1,000 or 2,000 rupees and test it on different platforms. Test it even for a day or 2 or for 1 week, and you limit your campaign amount so that you know what medium is working for you, and it's going to be a self-learning exercise for you. Third most important point is the placement. You need to audit. So again, budget and placement are interrelated points, because when you're setting out fund for yourself, then you need to run it on different platforms. Fourth is product and price. A lot of marketing campaigners say that 20% of your MRP is your ideal marketing spend, and that does not change for digital marketing also. So if you are selling a pen that is placed at an MRP of 100 rupees, you have to believe that 20 rupees is what you're going to be spending on advertising that. So accordingly, if you want to end up selling 100 pieces, so 100 into 20 is what is going to help you set your easy budget at the initial stage. If it's a service, if it's a retainer service, obviously the audience mapping and the audience that you're going to choose is going to be more restrictive. so your per click rates will increase. As your per click rates increase, also your service is a more expensive service. So again, the return on investment is surely going to be there if you are able to set your placement, budget and product pricing in the same line. Fifth and the most important point is audience selection. What a lot of people do is they run after likes and followers. But this is like no true measure of your popularity, either of your brand or your advertisement campaigns. Because if you're going ahead and buying likes, for one like 1 rupee, or there are people who claim that in 1000 rupees we are going to give you 1000 likes. If you just go down and see, the audience is totally unrelated. If you're going to put a selection of 1000 likes all over the world, you're going to get likes from Uganda and Africa and Kenya. They are not your audience. So that 1000 rupees will probably show as 10,000 likes, but when you post your content, the content will not have enough likes, it will not have enough impressions, and it will not have the right reach, the kind of audience reach that you want. So when you are placing ads for social media campaigns on Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn, it is very, very important to select your audience. Even if it is going to be a costly proposition, it is going to be the right kind of people. Say for example, I want to sell a nail polish. So to sell a nail polish, I need to segregate my audience in the right way. Like I need to make sure that my audience is between the range of 18 to probably 60. It should be more of females. If I am targeting males, then it should be around Mother's Day, Valentine's Day and all those things if I want to sell makeup to men. So I need to do my campaign designing also, keeping all those points in mind. So moving forward to the time frame, a lot of people, what they do is they set the time frame. They'll try it for 2 days, 3 days, and they'll be like, we are not getting enough results. We've spent 1000 rupees each day, we've spent 3000 rupees. But you need to understand that just like a normal customer will go and visit a shop 3 times before making a final purchase, your digital audience will also do the same. They will see their ad, you might get the impressions, but you might not get immediate sales. That does not mean that if you stop the ad completely, whatever impressions you've gained, you're putting that to waste as well. So what you need to do is you need to be there continuously for them to come and visit. You should have a proper landing page, a website where they can go and cross-check. You should have consistent social media presence in all the social media platforms for them to get that assurance that you're here in for a long run. And that's how, digital media campaign is not a one-off. You need to be there, present there and continuously work towards it. So it's a game of patience. 7th is the design. Now, what a lot of people do initially, now all the platforms have very strict parameters for advertisements, like it should be 20% text and so much design and so much content and everything. So it is best advised to stick to the plan. So whatever parameters the social media handles like Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or everything, whatever their parameters are, it is best advised to stick to it and not experiment, especially in the initial days, because that gives you a wider reach and range and visibility organically and naturally to your ad. 8th most important point is mapping your competition. If you don't know what you want to do, just check what your competition is doing. If they're doing it better, you can copy them. If they're not working out, you know what you shouldn't do. So it's always best advice to first check your competition before you start your own ad campaign. Check for similar products, similar services, what people are doing, what they're talking about, what their engagement level is, and what they're not doing right. Because then it helps you from failing, so you can learn from their mistakes. Thank you.